Hey, YouTube and Facebook, damn it, we late. We 2 minutes late. We had to get the Wi-Fi together. Wow. Okay. All right. Well then. Hold on. Shit. Let's get to the intro, I guess. And there it is. Let's see. No, that's not it. I was gonna hit the wrong thing again. Intro. Hey, YouTube and Facebook. How's everybody doing?
You are rocking with the best.
Okay.
Let's get into it with E&J.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, we had a problem with the Wi-Fi there for a second.
As always, I don't know what's wrong with this raggedy ass StreamYard. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, and it's all kind of technical difficulties.
True.
Right when we about to go live.
Exactly. It's fine all the way until we are about to need to come on at 2:00. It breaks down at that point.
Miss Kim hating ass Callahan was the first one.
How y'all doing?
What up, Miss Kim hating ass Callahan?
Right.
Miss Pam H.
Yeah.
Hi, E&J. Hope you have a beautiful Sunday and a wonderful Christmas. Could you please tell me why Umar doesn't want kids to have Christmas gifts?
Yeah, he's just mean.
He's a selfish guy.
He's a Grinch.
He's a selfish guy because he wants all the single black mothers out there to give him all the cash apps.
Money.
And he want to crush y'all cookies and stuff
Yeah.
and use FDMG school to do so.
Yeah.
That's his background. That's why.
Basic selfishness. That's what that is.
Renee A is in the building.
Hey, Renee. How you doing? Look at that.
Finna hating ass boss.
Say hey to Kimberly.
100% hating ass real man.
How you doing?
What up, man? Miss Old School is in the building. Kiel.
Fantastic.
Mr. Postman Hall is in the building. What up, homie? Oh, man.
Oh, Kim.
What fit the boss?
You like my glasses, honey? I do.
He said, hey, Jay, I ain't stunk up my face mask, but you don't put that out in the universe.
Don't forget the face mask, huh?
You know you can hand wash these joints, y'all. Hand wash that shit to get that smell up out of there, man. Get all them germs, man. Finna boss.
Look like you got some heavy breathing there, brother.
Yeah, man. It look cold where you at. Yeah. So you know the carbon dioxide
is coming
out. Is putting the film, making your shit black in the inside right here. But you know these shits is hand washable, E&J Nation. Yes, you get a little bit of soap or dish detergent or laundry detergent and you scrub them and then hang them up and they ready for the next day.
Oh my! Right? Oh my! Oh my God!
Hold on, what Miss Gill say? You look wonderful as usual. I like your glasses. Jay has a hat.
To the back.
That's what's up, Miss Kim. Hey, man, we hope all is well, man. Thank y'all for joining us, E&J. Y'all could be anywhere on this YouTube.
Yeah, you could.
Anywhere on this internet, but y'all rock out with E&J. We highly appreciate your viewership. Sure. Yo, quick note.
Yes.
E&J will be going live
every
Sunday.
Yes.
At 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes,
we are going, we're going to cut out our Thursday live because we got some behind the scenes business ventures going on. Yo, we growing over here at E&J, man.
And plus our son has gotten
another scholarship.
Academic scholarship. Oh my God. So, we got to travel to these schools and stuff, y'all.
So we got a lot going on behind the scenes that need our attention, yo. So we will try to make our business to be up here every Sunday for y'all at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So just missed the Thursday. Yeah, Thursday's gonna be cut off.
Thursday, man, been kicking my ass, getting up. Yeah. I know I gotta get up at 4 o'clock, man. That shit been kicking my ass, being on here 10:30 and stuff like that. When normally I try to be in the bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock.
We do. We can just get in the bed. We
especially with the daylight savings time over here.
About 5 o'clock is
dark. You know what I mean? So yeah, we just got a lot of business joint that we trying to endeavor. A lot of business endeavors going on behind the scenes, man.
We gonna be here Sunday for y'all. Come on home on Sunday.
So we just want to put that news out.
Yes.
Yeah, man, we're about to get the show started. Let me get this going right here. We got the PayPal Cash app.
Oh yeah.
Coming across your screen. That's wide the fuck open.
Exactly.
All right, y'all.
Yes.
First segment. And here we go.
It's time for me to kick my game. To get to know your name.
Now it's time for Jay Sharon Shoutouts.
Jay Sharon Shoutouts, y'all. This is coming from our Thursday Live.
Yes.
Brother Polite, December 3rd court hearing. If you have not watched that live, go check it out. Good informative information with that. Shout out to Angie Snatch
Investigation.
We are on her video with that. So shout out to that sister. Go subscribe to her as well. Shout out to her, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
First and foremost, shout out to all our moderators.
Yes, thank you.
All our old and new subscribers, all our regulars.
Yes.
Special shout out to Jehovah Luster and Mistress Monica for y'all super chat.
Yes, indeed.
All who supports E&J Apparel.
Yes. The merch.
Personal expressions by E.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Mentioning that, this is our Christmas card this year. Can you see that? We were on a ski vacation. Do you see us all there? Okay.
You're making it dark now.
Sorry. I had to put it out. Yeah, they have gone out. If you want one, let me know. I'll send you one. It's $1.
That's right. Yo, we thank y'all all for tuning in, rocking out with E&J. We highly appreciate y'all. To me and you, to our children, to our grown adults,
our
everybody
adults.
Doing their thing in life. Shout out to them and all our family and friends in Rochester, New York, and right here in Virginia. We love you all. Quote of the day.
Okay.
Men deserve love that don't require paying your bills first. Family is supposed to help family, not watch them struggle and talk about them.
Oh my.
Okay.
Oh, that's deep.
All right.
People be doing that, don't they?
That's right. Shout out to my 1B right here.
Look
Renee,
at that.
hey,
Renee, thank you, honey.
Oh, a special get well soon to our 1A. Karma 52, man. We hope you are. We hope you feeling better, getting better, man. And much love from E&J Nation.
Yes, indeed.
But shout out to my 1B right here.
Doing her thing.
Yo. Highly appreciate you. Highly appreciate you, Renee. Repping us as always. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is.
Okay, here we go.
Y'all know what time it is.
What you came for?
For me to kick my game. To get to know your name. To get you in the groove.
Now it's time for
Dad Jokes.
Yay, Jay.
Don't
Yeah.
know how your day been.
Yes, indeed.
Don't know how your week been going, but I hope all is well out there. I know I'm going to get a lot of haters, people saying that Jay not funny. Just to let you know, these jokes are not meant to hit your heart. They are meant to be corny.
They're meant to hit your brain.
They are meant just to give you a little chuckle like, ha. Now, just to put that out there on this YouTube, okay?
They're humorous.
I know I'm going to get a lot of hate because that's just part of the black community. That's just what it is out here, y'all.
Apparently.
But if you're over here hating,
yeah,
please like, subscribe, comment, share. We highly appreciate your engagement, okay?
Thank you.
Joke number one. Our dad was in the hospital and they wanted to know his blood type, but we couldn't remember, and he died. Oh. But before he did, he kept telling us, be positive.
Oh, yeah, your family is dumb. We dumb. Now, what's his blood type?
Do you get that?
Okay, Dad. Okay, we're going to try to be positive. That's his blood type. Okay. Okay.
Joke number two. We're going to keep it moving today.
That's because we got a lot. Oh,
my wife asked me why I don't treat her like I did when we first met. Mm-hmm. So we went and did a movie. Mm-hmm. We did dinner. Mm-hmm. And I dropped her back off to her parents' house.
Her mama's house. Damn. Okay.
We just gonna end that like that, okay? I don't treat you like we used to, like I used to.
Because I gotta pay all these damn bills. How about that?
Shit. Okay. Joke number three, y'all. We're gonna keep it moving. Bruce Lee was fast, but his brother suddenly was faster. Do y'all get that?
Wait a minute. What's his brother's name?
Suddenly you're doing something. Suddenly, it's fast. Come on now.
Oh my God.
Come on now.
His brother. Okay.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's the one.
Come on now. Bradley Shallow, what up, man? We ain't seen you in a minute, man.
How you doing, Brian?
Hope all is well. Yeah, my shit.
I can hear something.
I'm trying to buy you down right there. Huh? Look at Fender Boss hating that.
Go!
Go! And you just got here.
Huh, Fender Boss? Look at Renee hating. Look at my one beast. They always say the niggas close to you is the ones you gotta watch.
You gotta watch them.
What Hassan Campbell be saying? Watch the people in your circle. They might hurt you. Damn, Renee, it's like that. Damn, I thought we was better than that. But it's all good. You know, you win some, you lose some up here. You know.
She threw one under.
Number four, y'all. I saw a radio for sale for $1 with the note saying volume on full blast. I said to myself, you can't turn that down.
All right. Okay. Okay. Oh my, I was down to the left. I know the lead Bruce Lee.
You damn hater! Shut up, Renee! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! You hater! Shut up, Renee! On that one. This is my sister right here, y'all. I love Miss Old School, y'all. Always showing E&J love, y'all. Okay. It's hard to get love out here, y'all. It really is.
Oh Lord!
But those who show it,
it'd be great.
Hey, we love y'all back, man. Just know that from E&J, man. Word up, word up. Look at Renee. The black community, my nigga, my nigga. Number 5, y'all. My wife gave me an ultimatum saying it's either her or my addiction to sweets. The decision was a piece of cake.
That's pretty good. Damn, though.
Do y'all get that?
You put out. I had to go.
Do y'all get that? Love you back, Miss Old School. Love you back. Y'all see? This the shit we need in the black community, man. We are already in an oppressed
situation, people, my God.
Overall in this world, yo. This is the shit we need when niggas go live, man. This is the shit we need right here, yo.
Yes, indeed.
So, all right, then, Joe. What do you say?
Would they please support a black man?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
The black community, y'all.
The East Coast don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Death Row. Y'all don't love us. Y'all don't love us. Well, let it be known then. We know y'all East Coast. We know we at East Coast and F.
Huh?
Y'all don't love us.
Y'all don't love E&J? We know where we at.
We know we
East Coast and the motherfucker. Yo, shout out to Snoop.
Young Snoop was all of it. Won't he come, y'all?
Oh, man. Oh.
Who pick a fudge cake down?
You know what I mean? Oh. All right, your next one, y'all. How do gamers like to shower?
I don't know.
With stream.
Oh, Lord.
Do y'all get that?
No. Oh, my God. We're streamed.
Next one, y'all. Why do the number 3 and 5 makes such a great team?
I don't know.
Because they thrive together.
Oh, okay.
3
and
5 thrive.
Womp yourself. That's a womp, sir.
It is hard being a black man up here
Yeah, okay,
trying
okay.
to bring laughter to depressed people.
Depressed.
It is hard, but I'm going to continue to try.
All right. Well,
Every Sunday
at
at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's get into it with E&J. Will be here. Jay will be here with these dad jokes, trying to get your minds and uplift it and give you some kind of chuckle. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. Huh?
You don't want to be a hater. You don't want to be a hater.
Well, don't start then, Renee.
Okay.
Hey, my 1B. I ain't expect that from my 1B. I expect that from other niggas.
Okay.
I don't expect that from my 1B.
Oh my.
What Myra at? Myra, where you at?
Yeah, where
my 1C? Miss Kim, 1D.
Yeah.
Yeah, hater too. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Miss Kim.
Sometimes.
Shut up! 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 Shut your ass up! Shut up, Frisco! Shut up! Shut up! Wish I could see you in my face. Shut up!
Shut up, Miss Kim. Damn it.
Oh my God, that never disappoints. That is always funny.
She said, you went down to 2B, damn it. You don't went down in levels, Miss Kim.
Give me 2B.
Damn it.
Okay. Well,
Oh, my beard. What up?
Oh, my beard.
God damn it. If you a troll over here, show some love, man.
Good.
Hit the like button.
Every day, brothers and
God
sisters.
damn it, all the troll accounts that come over here, show E&J some love. God damn it, what you gonna be over here?
Well, damn it, why not?
Yeah, show some love, man.
Oh my God.
God damn the climate we living in this world, man. Show some love to E&J if you a troll, man. Shit. All right, your next one. Before we were married, my wife would clean my place and I would clean hers.
Wow.
That's when we realized we were made for each other.
Mates. Oh wow. Yeah. Okay, that was the good one.
Jeffers Karma, what up, man? Hope all is well, man.
Jeffers Karma, how you
The
doing?
roasting troll in the building.
Yes.
Salute, kid.
Roasting troll.
Shout out to South Cat in the building,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, man. If you're gonna be a troll, man, show E&J some love, man. When you over here, we appreciate the engagement,
Yes.
and we appreciate the viewership, man.
No
Damn,
doubt. Yes, we enjoy all
Fuck
of
it,
y'all.
yo.
Just behave yourself. That's all.
damn.
Mhm.
All right, y'all. Next one, y'all. It's been months since I ordered the book "How to Scam People Online" by Brother Polite. It still hasn't arrived yet. Look at that. See? Craig did it. See? That's what I'm saying. Show love. Give us an eyeball. Let us know y'all here. Talk to us, man. Show love, man.
Oh my God. Okay.
Damn, show love.
Oh shit, the jokes.
See? Craig know how to be a troll, man. Showing love, man.
Oh Lord, okay.
Show love, man.
Woo!
Damn. Stop hating on one another out here, man. Last one, y'all.
All right.
Why can't drummers come back from retirement?
I don't know.
Because there will be a repercussion.
Repercussion. Oh my God.
That's my sister right here. Shout out to Deanna Barnes, y'all. Shout out to Deanna Barnes, y'all. Shout out, man.
Wow.
All right, y'all. Before we move on,
Yeah.
I got to get some preliminaries out the way, y'all. First and foremost, you want one of these classic tees right here.
Yes, you like a
If
shirt,
you want
a hoodie, all of that.
if you want one of these stink face
The
masks,
sticker.
that Fender Bus done stuck his shit up. Fender Bus, you gotta wash these joints out, man. These hand washable, okay? Wash your shit out, Fender Bus. Fender Bus, wash your shit out, bitch.
Oh,
And have your shit fresh. Hang it up, they air dry
hair dry.
within an hour, and put your shit back on, all right? So now that
Be
carbon
fresh
dioxide and
every
shit,
day, yeah.
and be off of that. You don't want to be breathing that shit back in. That's
Oh,
how you
no.
get sick.
Yeah, you will. You will. Make me dizzy, goddamn.
You want one of these hoodies? Shout out to Gloriana
Yes,
Murray for supporting as well.
First model.
That's right. You hit us up right here, y'all. E&J Nation Apparel. You'll see the tab on the front of our YouTube channel. When you check out, promo code WELCOME10, get you 10% off anything you see on the screen right there, man.
Yes, indeed.
So we highly will appreciate that.
Yes.
Disclaimer.
Oh my God.
This content is not for children under the age of 18. This content will most likely contain foul language, profanity, cussing. This content is the view and the opinion of E&J only. If you find this content unsuitable for your viewing and listening pleasure, simply click off.
Get the fuck.
And there will be no love lost from E&J, y'all.
Oh my God.
So, y'all, man, you a troll over here.
Lord.
Please show E&J some love, man. Please.
Yeah.
Either you hit the like button or the dislike button. It really don't matter. Just engage the channel, man.
That's all.
All right.
We found out.
We highly appreciate that.
Yes.
And if you one of these niggas right here,
Oh my God.
do the same.
Yes. Any which way you can.
And then after you do that, grab these.
Oh no.
Put it. It's an artery right here, y'all.
Oh God. Why would you say that?
And you poke it in.
Don't. We don't
And let
recommend
the
none
blood
of that.
just squirt all over your fucking computer screen.
that
All right. After you engage here, though, we need your viewership. Thank you.
was hard.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Next segment.
For me to keep my game, to get to know your name.
One more thing before it's time. Shout out to Tariq Rashid for that. Respect E&J Nation chat.
Yeah, you gotta respect the chat, y'all. Got to get along in there. Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, being an E&J Nation chat room participant, do solemnly promise to
1,
respect my fellow chat room members' opinions.
2,
Direct my questions or comments to the hosts, E&J.
3.
When addressing a comment from a fellow chat room member, I will refer to item 1.
Which is
Respect my fellow chat room members' opinions.
all right.
Okay, hey, you gotta get along when you're over here, all right? Y'all can get off of here and kick one another in the ass. I don't give a damn. But while you in here, you got to respect each other. Tell them, Renee.
Come on.
Thank y'all, please. Could you?
Come on.
Damn. Okay.
That's right, Miss Hating Ass Kim. Tell them don't be
Don't
a
be a
tab.
tab. We don't want that. And you
But we
don't
do
want
appreciate the engagement,
that. All
man.
of that, but you can't fight with
All
one
right.
another in here.
Thank you, man. Thank you. All right, y'all.
Now, it's time. It's time.
For me to keep my game.
Now
All
it's
right.
time for
From
the World of Foolery.
All right, then. What you got today, Jay? Lord.
Clayton Phillips in the building. What
All
up,
right,
homie?
now, Clayton. How you
Look
doing?
at this hating ass nigga. Said, damn it, with those glasses can only mean one horrible thing.
With your glasses.
Big Patmo, this you right here. Hey y'all, that's Big Patmo, y'all. That's how he dance, y'all. That's Big Patmo. Big Patmo.
Oh my God. Wow.
Oh shit.
We acting up today.
Oh shit. Big Patmo.
Oh, Respect.
All right, yo, word of foolery, y'all.
All right.
Several Amazon employees at a warehouse in Edwardsville, Illinois, are trapped after a massive structural collapse of the warehouse.
Oh my God.
Severe weather conditions in Edwardsville led to the structure collapsing.
What kind of shit?
Early reports indicate anywhere between 50 to 100 employees are inside the warehouse. Rescue crews from several agencies have responded to the scene. There have been no injuries reported at this time, yo. What the fuck, yo? See, it's too many of them Amazon warehouses coming up, though.
Probably.
Every time you turn on the news, it's an Amazon warehouse here and over here, and they just throwing them shits up with no structural support. A heavy storm or wind come through that shit and blowing that shit over. Now you got trapped people in the fucking warehouse in Edwardsville, Illinois, y'all.
I'd be damn, but thank God it ain't in New York where my baby is at.
Damn.
Wow.
So I hope them people, I hope they all is well with that shit.
Yes, that's
damn.
Wow. That's tremendous.
All right, man. A Florida man was arrested after allegedly spraying fire from a flamethrower at a car occupied by a group of teens.
Oh.
The violent gesture stemmed from the suspect being angry over his neighbor's parking habits. The man was charged with 3 counts of felony aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intended to kill.
Man.
The mother of one of the teens said that the man has done this before in the past, spraying fire at visitors the neighbors invited over.
Because they parking in his spot. That's what's wrong.
Yo, this nigga got a flamethrower?
Where do you have a flamethrower in the neighborhood?
Where the fuck you get one of them shits from?
He must be a veteran or something,
Come on, a flamethrower, yo.
He's spurting fire.
Yes, and then niggas who's invited over, you spitting fire at them.
You can't even come to my house because this bitch is crazy.
See?
Oh my God.
See?
Yeah, you think our neighbors is bad.
Niggas like that need to get lined up, yo.
Oh my.
He need to be mentally institutionalized.
Oh, no doubt. He needs evaluation.
That's something wrong, man.
What happened to him? What did they say? They did? Did they lock him up?
Yeah, he's locked up with 3 counts of felony aggravated assault with a deadly weapon without intent to kill.
Yeah. No, see, no. That was attempted murder. You gonna kill people with a damn flamethrower? What kind of shit? Wow. That's
shit.
Damn.
That shit
You can't even
crazy,
have visitors. Hey, y'all, watch out for that man. You got to warn people.
You gotta come over that shit strapped. You gotta come over that shit strapped.
Yeah, you better not park in that spot, because Lord.
You like, nah, nigga, y'all niggas need to come over my crib. Yo.
Oh my
Thanksgiving
God.
over here.
Oh my.
All right, yo. A massive brawl broke out among real estate agents at a convention in Atlantic City at the Harara Resort just after 3 a.m. this past Tuesday, yo.
Over now. What's wrong with him?
The fight erupted after a night of partying, but it's not clear on what exactly sparked the melee.
Oh my
One
God.
person was taken to the hospital following the battle royale with 9 life-threatening injuries. When police arrived, the fight had already de-escalated and no arrests were made after guests refused to file criminal complaints.
They ain't gonna tell them.
Niggas is fighting over who gonna sell that house.
Yeah, I think they probably still drunk from last night.
Hey man, some niggas don't need to drink. Some niggas don't need to smoke.
Some niggas don't need to have a convention, apparently.
That shit is crazy, yo. Niggas was throwing down over fucking rental property.
A melee. Damn. That's the confession.
All right, yo, next story, yo. Rap mogul Dr. Dre and ex-wife Nicole Young are officially divorced.
Well, thank God.
Dr. Dre took to social media in good spirits with a picture with balloons behind him that read, "Divorced as fuck." Wow. The divorce is official. No word yet on the prenuptial proceeding and whether Dr. Dre will get Nicole to settle the case. It is rumored that in the meantime, Nicole is spending tons of money that she believes she's entitled to have.
All right then, girlfriend, do you, baby. You gonna spend all the money.
So
wow, divorce.
So that news is officially over.
Thank God, because that was a battle royale. That was a whole mess. Thank goodness.
Movie suggestion, y'all.
Oh my
Netflix. Prey.
Ooh.
Prey. Prey.
Yes.
Netflix, y'all. A not
oh God.
movie suggestion.
Oh please don't.
Resident motherfucking Evil.
Okay, we decided for real. The pool was the Mapai restaurant because in this movie theater we like to go to. There's a Mapai pizza spot right next to it that you can actually take the pizza into the movie with.
Yeah, they allow you to bring outside drinks and food.
Oh my
and shit.
God, that was I slept through the whole thing.
Yeah, I damn sure those
ridiculously stupid. I don't know what was happening.
That shit was like on some Dawn of the Dead type shit.
Yeah, just a lot of zombies trying to eat people.
What's that shit called? Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah, that
some dumb shit.
It was that. A lot of eating of people brains.
Niggas did. The fucking dog got bit and turned into a
zombie dog.
I don't know. Maybe if you into that a zombie apocalypse type shit, Walking Dead, you might like this shit. But
that was ridiculous.
I was knocked the fuck out in that recliner, y'all.
Oh yeah, that movie theater is so damn comfortable.
Then we had some goddamn teenagers talking.
Oh yeah, they was making a big fuss over
God damn, I wanted to cuss their little asses out.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Sit your ass down.
Yeah, I needed to hit them with this.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Damn it! Shut up during the movie.
They was making no.
God damn it!
But you know what? I didn't care because wasn't nothing going. I mean,
yeah,
the movie was just. It was loud and stupid. No plot. I don't know what was happening. I mean, it was just somehow everybody just started turning into zombies, and then it was just blowing their heads off. Everybody got a gun and was killing them.
Oh my God,
dumb,
that shit was
but
ridiculous.
Mapai is awesome. Jesus, that place, Lord.
Man, Mapai.
Oh my God, if y'all got a Mapai,
had my shit bubbling this morning, but it was good.
I ate the rest of mine for breakfast.
Yeah, I had extra cheese on my shit though. That's why, y'all.
You be doing.
Gotta stay away from them dairy products, y'all. You got to. But also too, y'all, we need y'all support with these channels right here, y'all.
Oh yes, indeed.
Subscribe to
by E.
Personal Expressions by E&J MPC. We highly will appreciate that.
I'm gonna show my Christmas card again. This was my card this year. You can see us there. We went on a ski trip. Aren't we lovely?
Huh? So if y'all feeling the content so far on E&J, can y'all please, if you watching this on replay or live, like, subscribe, comment, share.
Yes.
PayPal, Cash App that comes across your screen. And Mr. Suge Knight got something to say about dad jokes, world of foolery, and Jay Shimon shoutouts. Here we go, y'all.
Any artists out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, and don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
Anybody like the jazz jokes? You really want to fool me? You love the Jay Shimon shout. Come on to E&J.
Come to E&J, nigga. Shout out to production team E for that, y'all.
Come on over.
Shout out.
All in the video.
Come to E&J.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
Priceless.
Oh,
Priceless.
He said Suge didn't sound too confident. I know he bumped all into my man Danny Boy elbow and
he
shit.
did. He was stuttering.
Yeah. All in the video. Oh man.
God, wow.
All right, y'all.
It's time for me to kick my game. It's time to get to know your name. It's time to get you in the.
Oh my goodness.
Today's topic.
Did y'all see the thumbnail? How do we treat those who are considered the least of us? A Bryan Stevenson perspective. Oh my goodness.
Shout out to Mr. Bryan Stevenson,
yes,
y'all.
I have been waiting to do this podcast because, you know, there's so much news and so many things going on. But this,
Rosa daughter, what up?
Wanting to get to for so long because I just feel like it's just refreshing to hear the perspective of a truly educated person. This man graduated from Harvard Law School.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. He is not what you would consider a celebrity or like some highfalutin, you know, strong arm lawyer. This man is humble, but he has changed the world, y'all. He really has.
And you can tell a difference with this guy, his vernacular, his vocabulary, the way he delivered his message. You can tell a difference between him and somebody else out there who profess to have 6 degrees,
who claim to be educated. So I hope you can see the difference. Let me get to the video over here because we had to shut everything down because the Wi-Fi was acting up. But we got it here.
But yo, man, we appreciate everybody who's joining us right now. Like we say all the time, man, y'all could be on somebody else's YouTube channel, anywhere on this internet, but y'all are here with E&J. We hope y'all enjoy this content today.
Exactly. So first, we're going to hear an interview that he's doing, and then we're going to get to his foundation. And click. What is happening? Lord, the damn Wi-Fi is acting up.
Bear with us, y'all. We gonna get it. We gonna get it right.
You know, it's doing the round and round thinking thing. My God, wow. It's just too damn much. Why, when we get to the good one, the one that I really want to talk about, is we having problems.
Yeah, we had this podcast ready about a month and a half, two months ago.
November.
But as you can see, some of the Black conscious community people have been doing a lot of things that needed our attention.
True.
So now that things is dying down a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna get to the.
We're gonna come to a different perspective here on E&J.
Okay. We're having trouble here.
Said it is not responding, huh?
Yeah, you gotta come out. All right, let me shut it down.
Give us a second, y'all.
Yeah. Okay, let's get back to this. And then, God damn it, the whole thing. All right, we're gonna have to shut down. Maybe it'll go off. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to close this. Close program.
You got us on a double.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is happening? Okay, there we are again. Remove that. I don't know what's going on here. This is really sad. I apologize because
I know y'all. We trying to refresh right now. Thank y'all for your suggestions, yo. That we are definitely trying to do what y'all telling us to do in the chat.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think we got government agencies out here trying to sabotage our lives right now, y'all.
All right, so now we can share. Share screen. Okay. Movies. Share. All right.
All right, here we go.
This is the interview that I thought was very pertinent. So here we go.
Bryan Stevenson. We're at the Los Angeles Times Festival of Books Your book is Just Mercy, a story of justice and redemption. First of all, welcome.
Thank you. Delighted to be here.
So you are also the executive director of the Equal Justice Initiative and a professor at the New York University School of Law. But if you would, it would be great to hear about how you first began this journey of thinking about justice.
Hold up. Craig Beats. Hold up. Craig Beats. Hold up. Hold up.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Shut up, hater! We ain't on goddamn McDonald's, goddamn Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we got Wi-Fi up in here.
Damn, Joe. All right, y'all, back to it
Yeah.
before we was rudely interrupted.
America.
Yeah. Well, I actually grew up in a poor rural community where the schools were still segregated when I started my education. So I started my education in a colored school, and lawyers came into the community and made them open up the public schools for black children. And I didn't appreciate it then, but it kind of planted this idea that lawyers were people who had power to change things, even though I never really thought much about being a lawyer. When I graduated from college with a degree in philosophy, I realized nobody was going to pay me to philosophize. And so I started looking around for ways to kind of find meaningful ways to spend time, and ended up in law school, like a lot of people. But I have to say, I really didn't like it. I was there to kind of focus on racial issues and poverty and justice. And it didn't sound like anybody was talking about race or poverty and justice. And it was really only in the middle of my law school career that I had an opportunity to take an intern that sent me to the Deep South.
Okay, you know what? I wanted to mention something. Did you hear him say he grew up in a rural area that did not have public schools for black people? I did too. Here where we are in Virginia, I went to kindergarten at Annie Lewis Kindergarten, and that was for black people. And I was born in 1967, so that would have had to have been 1971. I'm 4 or so going to kindergarten. I guess, 4 or 5. But yeah, we couldn't go to the white school either. I'm sure there was a white public school here for kindergartners. But first grade, I met white folk and went to school with them.
Well, where I'm from, Rochester, New York, it was nothing but niggas when I was coming through school.
Wow. Okay. Wow. But yeah, I just thought that was so interesting because I never really thought about it. Because, our children went to Head Start and, into kindergarten and then first grade. But, it was a lot of kids, different races. And
he's 60-something years old.
Yes.
So, yeah, he been through that segregation.
Yes. And in
era.
the South, that was prevalent.
That's right.
Where I met people on death row. And these were folks literally dying for legal assistance, condemned people who had no money, who had no lawyers, whose cases really reflected some really troubling truths about the American criminal justice system. I think we have a system that treats you better if you're rich and guilty than if you're poor and innocent. It's a system that presumes the guilt of black and brown people. It's a system that's been compromised by politics and that tolerates a lot of unreliability. And the idea that these people were going to be killed when those kinds of questions were so resonant really jarred me. And I immediately knew that that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to stand with condemned people who were facing execution in a system I thought was unjust, unfair, and terribly unreliable.
You started at the center of your story, which leads into a lot of conversation, obviously, about justice and racial equality in the United States, is Walter McMillan. And maybe you could tell us a little bit about who he is.
Yeah, so Mr. McMillan was an African-American man in Monroeville, Alabama, who was accused of committing a murder in the 1980s. It was a terrible crime that took place in downtown Monroeville when a young white woman was murdered at a dry cleaning store, and the police couldn't solve the crime. 6 months later, there was a lot of pressure on them to solve it, and they couldn't. And we believe they targeted Mr. McMillan not because he had a prior crime history, he'd never been in trouble before, but we believe they targeted him because he was an African-American man having an affair with a young white woman. And even though at the time of the crime, he was with his family and about 20 other people raising money for his sister's church 11 miles away, they persisted in prosecuting him for this murder he clearly didn't commit. was a case filled with ironies. When I met him, it was clear that he was innocent. It was clear that people were just ignoring all of this evidence. But it was also clear that this community was very disconnected. This community, Monroeville, Alabama, is actually where Harper Lee grew up and wrote the very beloved American novel, To Kill a Mockingbird. And if you go to Monroeville, you see evidence of that everywhere. They love that story. They put on plays about it each year. All the streets are named after characters. In the book, there's a Boo Radley deli. You can get an Atticus milkshake. I mean, they just love the story. And yet, we're completely indifferent to the plight of this innocent black man facing execution. They put him on death row for 15 months before the trial, almost to create an identity for him that he is super dangerous. The trial lasted a day and a half. The jury convicted him of murder. The judge, whose name was Robert E. Lee Key, overrode the jury's verdict of life and imposed the death penalty. In our state, about 25% of the people on death row got life verdicts from juries that our elected judges can override. And then they sent him back to death row. And that really, just all of that really challenged me when I met him. There was a despair in the poor and minority community that was also deeply troubling to me, because people were with him when the crime took place and they knew he was innocent.
Right.
They felt his conviction in a very personal way. They would say, Mr. Stevenson, it would have been so much better if he'd been out in the woods hunting by himself when the crime took place, because at least then we could entertain the possibility that he might be guilty. But because we were there with him, we feel like we've been convicted too. We feel like...
Okay. This, what he is speaking on, is the storyline for the movie Just Mercy with Michael B. Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
We did not purposely watch that movie because we were just tired of seeing oppression and black people that type.
And you know, those type of movies, man, does something to me psychologically, y'all.
It do.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like Hollywood push that shit out there on purpose.
But I watched it the other night just because we were doing this podcast on Bryan Stevenson.
Dr. J, what up?
Hey, Dr. J. Kelly. But yeah, the movie is excellent. I'm sure most of you may have already seen it. But Michael B. Jordan does an excellent job of portraying Bryan Stevenson, and his
almost look like the nigga.
Yeah, a little. His role in the movie actually depicted the oppression from that area, and we're talking about the 80s. This happened in the 80s, around 83, I believe, or something like that. It looked more like the 60s.
Well, you know, not too long ago, it was niggas found hung in California. It was like a string of hangings.
Yeah.
At one point in time. So.
Yeah, and this was in Alabama.
Yeah.
So he, as a lawyer, went through everything. Like, of course, they come in to bomb the house. The office is being attacked. The people that's working with him is getting threatened. I mean, it was awful. The movie is heart-wrenching. It really is. Because not only does he meet this man that he's talking about, there are two other prisoners. And one of them, I'm not going to give the whole story away if you haven't seen the movie, but there is another man there that was innocent. He had PTSD, and this man was executed. Mm-hmm. And they go through the whole thing of when they're walking him down, how they have to shave you bald. I mean, it is, I'm like, they're not going to do this.
Hey, yo, that electric chair shit is no goddamn
They're not going to do this. I know something is going to happen at the very last second where he will come out of there, but they didn't. And Bryan Stevenson's character, Michael B. Jordan, the man asked him, because he was fighting for him. The court just denied the extension and everything. I mean, the judges was just like, no.
Finna bust, man. I appreciate that. E&J, appreciate you guys for bringing us the story of this exceptional gentleman. Right, man. Thank you, man.
Is amazing. And yeah, I think more people, I'm going to get back to that, but I really want to say this.
Appreciate the super chat, Finna bust.
Yes, thank you. For some reason, Bryan Stevenson just came up on my timeline. You know how you're watching videos on YouTube and then one will go off and another will come on. And I heard this person, I wasn't paying attention to the TV, but he was talking about things that I could not believe. I just was so amazed and the things he was saying, I was like, who is that?
And what's amazing is how white people that he's around like embrace this shit, yo. Like I'm sure that they used to be on Good Morning America or
I forget her name. Yes, it's
Katie Couric.
Yes, that's her, Katie.
Katie Couric is eating this shit
up, like,
yo.
This is an exceptional man.
So it's a lot of white people that is embracing this man and his message, yo.
Him.
Yeah.
The main thing, and I think he's going to say it in a little while here, that stuck out in my mind was the fact that these people that are on death row, now, first of all, there's a statistic that he brought out I did not know, that out of every 9 people, according to what he has seen and how he has worked with these people, out of all of the people that's on death row in this country, 9 people, out of every 9 people on death row, 1 of them is innocent. According to what he has seen in the statistics, as far as all of the people that are on death row today in this country, the statistics show that 1 out of 9 of them is innocent. Yeah. So can you imagine all of the innocent people that have been executed?
Yeah, that shit's crazy, y'all. That
were innocent, and then having the Deep South remain the way that it is. I mean, my generation, I am from the 80s. That's, I was a teenager. So, I cannot believe this. This should not be happening in this country, but his platform promotes the fact that in our country, we are the only people who don't want to talk about this. The atrocities that happened, that we know for a fact was a part of the history of this country.
About black people or white people?
White people.
Oh, white people
do not want to have this conversation. Yeah. They get irritated, and you hear things like, "Oh, that was a long time ago." But this movie occurs in the 80s. These things are happening today. Of course, you can see mass incarceration. We know who that is that's locked up. So this,
and it's on purpose. It's systematic.
Yes. So this
and
is
a lot
something
of people don't realize that in the Constitution today, black people are still considered 3/5 of a human being.
That's his platform. That is Bryan Stevenson.
They never changed that in the Constitution.
Platform is that this reminds me of the video we had, the podcast we did on Candace Owens. If y'all remember, you can go back. It's still up. Candace Owens has a rhetoric that she believes that we demonize white people for slavery, but slavery was apparent across the globe. Not only white people enslaved people, black people in other places enslaved people, and the Native Americans enslaved people. Slavery has been a thing that has happened in all continents on the planet. So why then do white folks get looked at like they do? And Bryan Stevenson addresses that. It's not because of the involuntary servitude, which is slavery, in fact. It's not that. It's the fact that our government says that we, black people, are 3/5 of a human.
Crazy,
that narrative.
How did they come up with that number though?
I don't know. Why not half? Why not 4/5?
Yeah, that's 3/5.
3/5 of a human being. So that in itself marginalizes the black community as being worthy of slavery. Yeah. You people are not human.
It helps their conscience, yo, to do what they have done and still continue to do with this systematic racism
and
that we are part of, yo.
To call themselves Christian. We are God-fearing people. And it's that rhetoric that Bryan Stevenson attacks. He speaks about people in the South, because we were here. Black people had established cities in the southern part of the Americas when the Europeans showed up. So the people that were enslaved mostly were in the South. And I know there's a theory of people being brought from Africa and all of that, but it really just doesn't matter what you believe. They were black people here, and whether they were brought here or whether they were already here, they were prisoners of war and enslaved in involuntary servitude. Yes, that actually really did happen. That is not the issue that he is addressing. It's after slavery was abolished in this country, the years of terrorism, the Jim Crow era. He talks about people in the North, the black people who went to the North did not go there seeking a better life or a better employment, looking for a new land. They went there as refugees from terrorism. So that's why.
I want to see who the fucking real terrorist is.
Okay.
And then you see how they throw that out in the mainstream media, and now it's a crime and shit like that. But who the fuck was doing what to who?
Well, along with that, if you know people or if you are from the North, I guarantee you have relatives in the South.
Yeah, no doubt.
Your grandma or your grandparents.
Either on your father or
somebody's from the South. That's because we were not originally in the northern area of the Americas. We are from the South. So that is the situation that he's addressing. But let's go and get back to the interview.
We've been sentenced to death too, and the hopelessness was tangible. And so working on that case for me was not just working to free an innocent man, but it was also working to change a narrative that emerged in that community. That even though we talk about justice, even though we talk about race, and we talk about all these things, we don't do anything that has actually made it any safer for poor and people of color.
One of the most compelling elements of that story for me, of the Walter McMillan story, is that you learn about this man, his life, and you actually learn his story. And that requires a level of empathy to understand a person's story, a person's background, a person's history, and take that into consideration when we think about justice.
Yeah.
What do you think in terms of the United States and our sense of empathy and our sense of justice? What's happened to that over the course of the last century?
Yeah, no, I think it's really critical. I don't think you can effectively advocate for people you do not understand. And it's when we get closer to people that we really understand who they are and what their lives are about. And I don't think that our country has done a good job of owning up to the ways in which it has created anguish and pain and suffering and marginality with a kind of thoughtful engagement about the people.
Why is that?
I think it's because we have developed some really bad habits dating back to the time of slavery. I mean, for me, the great evil of American slavery was not involuntary servitude. It was the narrative of racial difference that we created. We've always wanted to feel good about who we are. We've always wanted to be proud. And we'll deny certain truths if it complicates our feeling of being good or being proud. And, the great difference between America's slavery and the rest of the world, most countries had slavery during a period of their history, but they were mostly societies with slaves. We became a slave society. We wanted slave owners to feel good about the fact that they were owning other human beings. So we created this narrative that Black people were different, not fully human, not as smart as, not as hardworking as. And that narrative of racial difference, that ideology of white supremacy, was to me the great evil of American slavery. And we did it so that people could feel Christian and moral and just, even while they owned other human beings. But it's why I don't believe that slavery ended in 1865. I think it just evolved. And we've never confronted that narrative. And so we had decades of lynching and terrorism. We had segregation.
I just want to say something.
Go ahead.
On my uploaded video that I was doing for today's podcast, I had made a mistake and said that Denzel Washington had directed the Just Mercy movie. I'm wrong with that. Michael B. Jordan is in a new movie called A Journal for Jordan, directed by Denzel Washington. So I got the two mixed up.
It wasn't this movie.
So it wasn't Just Mercy. It's a new movie out called A Journal for Jordan. Denzel Washington is directing it, and Michael B. Jordan plays the star in that movie as well. So correction with my upload yesterday.
What I was going to say about what Bryan Stevenson was just speaking on This is the dynamic in this country, and that's why it has taken so long to even address this issue. It's because the narrative that has been painted, and it's a thing where, of course, we all recognize that the Caucasian community has a lot of power, and they want to attribute that to just being hardworking, good Christian people.
Blue collar.
But having the fact of involuntary servitude wants to be looked at as just something that was on the side and not the reason that you have the power that you do, that you owned people for a while.
It's all a mental. It's all a mental game.
And the fact that it's so uncomfortable to talk about this situation.
Hey man, your conscience is a motherfucker.
Yes, and it's because there's that guilt factor that you are feeling.
Yo.
And he says in another interview, not this one, he's like, I'm not interested in punishment. I'm not interested in retribution. Meaning we're not gonna do nothing to y'all. But
we would like those reparations.
I'm trying to say we just would like to be compensated.
That's right.
But the point here is, okay, yes, that was a whole atrocity. The fact that you don't want to live up to that responsibility is a mental issue. But the fact that it continues because we're not having this conversation is the problem. And this power that you feel you cannot relinquish is unconscionable. It's not a thing that is either or. Like if we give up power, then we won't be who we are. You're going to always be where you are and who you are, but you have to look at everyone as equal, as you said in your Constitution.
But niggas is not relinquishing power at all, yo. That at this point, it would be silly for them to do that.
Well, that's
now when niggas, you always gonna get somebody that's gonna want to dominate the other person.
Well, again, that is just a mindset.
Yeah,
there is no power to relinquish. You have to treat people equally. See, there's this concept of if I make you equal to me, that somehow I lose power. That's not the case. That is just a fallacy in your mind. If I am equal to you, we both have power. We don't dominate each other. And that somehow escapes the Caucasian community, in my opinion.
But see, by them having the use of gunpowder and guns really allowed them to really take over the way they had taken over, especially physically. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else was armed like they was armed.
Well, he on another interview, I've been watching all the Bryan Stevenson's interviews, he talked about the native people of this country.
Yeah, and what's also amazing that it just keep blowing my mind about this guy is how he keep getting interviewed by Caucasian people about this topic, yo. Yes. That shit is amazing how white people are gravitating towards this man.
That's because, in my opinion, and from what I see, I believe it's true. People are people. There are good people and there are bad people. People who have had experiences where they are jaded in their thinking that, oh no, we could never hold these people up in esteem and recognize their attributes to this country and treat them as equal. That is a mindset. There's going to be those people, but there is some ragged ass black people as well. We as humans just have to recognize there are going to be bad white people. There are going to be bad black people. There's going to be good Latino people. It's going to be bad Asian people. It's just people are people. That's why so many Caucasian people gravitate to Bryan Stevenson. Because I'm so sorry, I don't mean to keep rambling on. In my opinion, it's because of the intellect. This man is not emotional. Can you see here? He is educated and he comes from the South.
So with that being said, though, by people having different mind frames and people thinking differently from each other, whether you, no matter what your ethnicity is, how to bring structure to that by so many different ideologies and stuff like that. Don't you think somewhere in there got to be some type of structure, or do all like-minded ethnicities or whatever, no, it don't even matter the race or color. If you think like these group of people, then you just go with those group of people. Should it be segmented, segued like that?
If I'm understanding what you're asking, I think the answer to that is yes. Like-minded people should be together.
With each other.
Yes, and that includes everybody. See,
no matter the ethnicity. Yeah,
exactly. I immediately think of Jane Elliott. She is a Caucasian woman who recognizes the significance of the human race, meaning if you think like I do.
Karma 52's in the building.
How you doing? I'm so glad to see you. I hope you're feeling better.
I hope you're feeling better.
Yes.
I'm glad you're feeling better. Hope you're feeling better.
But yes, there are people, and once again, it has to do with your mindset. If you have a thinking mind, if you are educated in this area,
rational thinking mind.
That's it.
Yes.
If you have that mentality, you will see the reasonableness in this. You will see the logic in this type of thinking. And because people are so emotional and nonsensical, meaning they're not going to think, we done heard so much rhetoric from the conscious community and the things that they say. I 100% don't agree with most of it, because you want to stay separate, and that has gotten us nowhere.
I agree with you, Rodney. Yeah, that shit is a pipe dream at this point, yo.
Yes.
Especially with social media, and it's just so many different influences, yo. The fact that social media reaches different parts of the world and shit like that, it's too much influence.
But this is amazing. This is one man, and he has made a difference.
That's right.
So I know it is possible. It is. All of this unity and blah, 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 with black, blah, blah, blah. That's never going to happen. There has to be like-minded people, and that includes Caucasians, Blacks, Hispanics, Asians. Everybody in this country has to recognize that we cannot continue along this path. Look at where we are. Look at where we are.
Karma 52, though. I hope you get you some chicken noodle soup and stuff.
Oh,
man. Start feeling better.
NyQuil always does it for me. I just hate that you.
E&J Nation, let's show Karma 52 some love.
Yes,
man.
She
wishing her well over here.
Yes, indeed.
Word. Back to it, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing, y'all. Let us know if the audio is not too low. It sounds kind of low on our end, but I'm assuming that it's okay over here. Yeah, but just let us know.
The video.
And even the civil rights movement has become too celebratory. We don't talk about the resistance. And that's left us vulnerable to cases like Walter McMillan, where we presume the dangerousness and guilt of Black and brown people. And you see it today with the shootings of these unarmed men by police officers. You see it when people of color feel threatened and menaced and harassed. You see it in the way our system functions. We've had 152 people exonerated, that is proved innocent after being sentenced to death. And almost all of them are poor. They're disproportionately Black and brown. And it's because we apply this presumption of dangerousness and guilt to Black and brown people. And that's the challenge I think we face in this country. Unlike other societies, we've never made truth-telling about our mistakes a priority. We didn't have truth and reconciliation after the civil rights movement. We haven't done what Germany is doing around the Holocaust. If you go to Germany, you see markers and monuments everywhere marking the spaces where Jewish families were abducted and taken to the concentration camps. And they want you to go to the camps and reflect soberly on the history of the Holocaust. We want the opposite. We don't like talking about race. We don't like talking about slavery. We don't like talking about lynching or segregation.
Okay, I really wanted to make a point here, how in Germany, and another that I heard him speak on this in another interview, how in Germany people stand up and declare we could never have the death sentence, meaning you can be executed in this country for your crimes because of our history.
Mm-hmm.
That has been declared. Basically, people have stood up and said that is unconscionable for us to think that way, that we as a community could decide to kill someone for their crimes with our history of, what happened with the Jewish community.
Mm.
In this country, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
And it's just insane. If people can recognize, like he just said, they have markers for every place a Jewish person was kidnapped and taken to a concentration camp. And they definitely acknowledge it. And because of their history, they will not tolerate a death sentence for prisoners. That's something they won't do. Because, once again, they are like-minded people who recognize the logic in being together here.
Yeah, and that's the thing, yo. They together and all, and together in herds like that, yo. You are unstoppable, yo. That's why I be telling. That's why I wish, yo, us collectively will all start partaking in the system, yo. I really do, and just stay the fuck home and see what happened. I'm talking about everybody. Stay home and see what happened, yo. We pull all our resources together, all your canned goods among your community, niggas cook out and just wait and see what the government do then.
Yeah,
I would love for that to happen. Crazy, I want to see what happened with that, yo.
The government is supposed to work for us.
Yeah, but that shit
it's so backwards.
Yeah. Word, thank you. I don't want to take away from the show, you guys. Just sit back enjoying the show.
Karma, we got
family,
to
man.
Make sure you all right, honey.
Yeah, we're gonna acknowledge you. We're gonna acknowledge everybody who show E&J love over here. You're gonna get acknowledgement over here. Because that's what this platform is about over here, yo.
Yes, we are family over here, no doubt.
If y'all feeling this content so far,
yes,
please like, subscribe, comment, share, Cash App, PayPal coming across your screen. E&J Nation Apparel is in full effect. Get one of these t-shirts, y'all. Support the cause, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
Here we go.
With the exploitation of Native people, and because of that, we remain vulnerable in our criminal justice system to replicating these dynamics of racial bias and discrimination against the poor, and abusing power that have too often corrupted the way our society functions. And so I think working in the criminal justice system gives you an opportunity to push against that resistance, the arrogance of never having to say, I'm sorry, the consciousness that comes when you're kind of reflecting on the ways you failed. And that was the great challenge of the McMillan case, was getting a community to recognize that they had made a mistake, that they were wrong, getting past the arrogance and the ego and the resistance to acknowledging the fallibility of a system that is very, very compromised.
I think there's a lot of people that think, well, come on, that was, the 1960s or that was the 1860s, but the point is, like, they think that that's enough time for everyone to have gotten over it. Your answer to somebody who thinks that, it's time to look forward, not backwards.
Well, I think we never dealt with what we were dealing with in the 1860s. We never talked honestly about slavery. We've never dealt with lynching. We've never dealt with the real ugliness. When we talk about civil rights in this country, we tend to be very celebratory. We talk about the heroic acts of Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King, but the real story of the civil rights era was the resistance of millions of people who did not want racial integration. And we haven't talked about that. And so the reason why it's not in the distant past is because it's still this big open wound that we have failed to treat. And it manifests itself day in and day out. People are really upset in this country right now about the plight of these young men who are being shot by police. We're upset. The Bureau of Justice now projects that 1 in 3 black male babies is expected to go to jail or prison during his lifetime. That's not all about their mistakes. It's also about the way in which we manage these problems. And we say in this country that saying I'm a proud American is a necessary precondition to everything. And we haven't complicated that narrative in the ways I think we have to. If you come to the Deep South, we love to celebrate mid-19th century history. We talk about the Confederacy like it was the grand, glorious era. Jefferson Davis's birthday is a state holiday in Alabama. Confederate Memorial Day as a state holiday, and we don't even have Martin Luther King Day. We have Martin Luther King / Robert E. Lee Day. And so that false notion of pride is actually a barrier to confronting some of these challenges, and they live with us. They're not invisible. They are all around us. I mean, I've been practicing law for 30 years. I've argued 5 cases at the Supreme Court. I have my so-called degree. I mean, it's not a so-called degree. I have a degree. It's a real one. It's a real degree from Harvard Law School. And yet, I was sitting in a courtroom just 2 years ago, getting ready to do a hearing, and I was at defense counsel's table with my suit and tie on, and the judge walked out, and he saw me sitting there, and he said, hey, you get back out there in the hallway, and you wait until your lawyer gets here. I don't want any defendant sitting in my courtroom without their lawyer. And I stood up and said, I'm sorry, Your Honor. My name is Bryan Stevenson. I am the lawyer. And the judge started laughing, and the prosecutor started laughing, and I made myself laugh because I didn't want to disadvantage my client. But afterward, I was thinking, what is it about this place that when a judge sees a middle-aged black man in a suit and tie at counsel table, it doesn't occur to him that's the lawyer? And whatever it is, do I think it's going to disadvantage defendants of color when they're being sentenced? Yes. Do I think it's going to influence the way that judge hears the testimony of black and minority witnesses? Yes. Do I think it's going to shape the way he values the victimization of people of color? Yes. And that kind of bias is everywhere. And we have been corrupted, in my judgment, by our failure, our silence in confronting our history of racial inequality. And many of the people I write about in the book are the victims of that silence. They're the victims of our failure to show some humility, to acknowledge our inability to get past our biases. I don't think the death penalty in America is an issue that's shaped by whether people, that you can answer by asking the question, do people deserve to die for the crimes they've committed? I think you have to ask the question, do we deserve to kill? And where you have a system.
Okay, I think that is pertinent to discuss because judges sit on a bench. There's the jury, there's lawyers, there's the prosecutor, the defense counsel, and all of that.
Yeah, you got to understand, they human too, though.
Human beings.
Right, so they passing judgment before they even hear anything, just because your color or whatever. Bias. It's already something pre-programmed that we are facing when we go before these judges, yo.
He see it. He just said.
The judge came out and ain't even realize he's a lawyer.
Why wouldn't you think this? I mean, a defendant already know they don't need to come in there without their lawyer. Why would you think a man sitting at counsel table is the defendant because he's black? So get your ass out of here, boy. You know I'm not having no defendant sitting here without their lawyer.
No, Judge.
Excuse me, sir.
The lawyer, yo.
I apologize for not introducing myself.
Then it becomes funny, though.
Yeah, because you have to laugh because you are so embarrassed. I'm certain that's what it was. But then did you hear him say he made himself laugh as not to disadvantage his
client?
That is a shame. The stuff that we have to do because we are marginalized. This man the judge already saw a defendant because he was black. And he's going to say later on, when my little white client showed up, he was defending a white boy.
Ain't that something?
Yes.
The white client got this man defending his fate.
Yes.
Ain't that some shit,
and the judge has already decided, you defendant, get out of here. You have to be the defendant because you're black. And I think that goes across the board.
Yeah, like you said.
And that bias is what needs to be addressed. So yeah, I think it's a little bit more of this one.
That has failed to do better in eliminating racial bias, eliminating bias against the poor, eliminating the political effects, eliminating abuse of power. We don't deserve to kill. And in many ways, I wrote this book because I'm persuaded that if people saw what I see on a regular basis, they would demand change. They would want change. They would not support what goes on in the name of justice.
So, can you change minds, or are you banging the drum for the next generation that's now formulating opinions? And we seem so intractable in some of our opinions at this point. Are you writing this book for the converted and their children and the next generation of children, or you're trying to change people's minds?
No, I really want to change people's minds. I mean, we're doing a lot of work now that's kind of designed to engage people in conversation. I write about people who initially, when they confront me, are pretty hostile, who carry that narrative of racial difference in the way that they interact with me. But through our time together, I see real change, real progress. I think you have to be hopeful about what you can do. I'm not interested in talking to people who are already where I think they need to be on these issues. I want to talk to people who aren't there. And we've had some success with that in our casework, in our litigation, in our advocacy, but not nearly as much. I think things are intractable only because we haven't struggled very much to shake them up. I mean, we're a society that we talk in the margins a little bit about these issues, but we haven't really engaged in a meaningful way. We've got a project where we're trying to put markers and monuments at all the slave trading spaces in America. I want to put markers and monuments at all the lynching sites in this country. And that will be challenging, and it will create a little controversy, but I think that's a healthy start to a conversation we need to have. And so for me, yeah, it's a time of real challenge, but a time of great opportunity. I think we're in a place where if we're diligent, we can really create a new generation that gets beyond some of these issues.
Well, this book is a great start as well. Just Mercy. Bryan Stevenson, thanks so much for joining us here today. It's a wonderful book.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, great to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
All right.
Hey, I go check out the movie too, man. I need to watch the movie myself.
Yeah,
Just
the movie
Mercy,
is heart-wrenching. I just bust out crying a whole bunch of times because it's a true story, and it depicts what he went through with that. I think his name is Walter McMillan guy that they just locked up because they couldn't find the killer. But a point that I definitely wanted to revisit, how he speaks on the fact that, okay, a person is not the worst thing they've ever done. If you have stolen something, you are not necessarily just a thief. If you have killed somebody, you are not necessarily only a murderer. And there are always extenuating circumstances. He tells a story about a young man, 14, that he defended. The young man had shot his mother's boyfriend in the head. The boyfriend was violent with his mama all the time and would beat her up. Well, this time he had knocked this woman out, and the boy thought she was dead. So this man, being drunk, and that's when he would usually fight her. He had fell asleep. Yes,
my father included.
He fell asleep. The little boy knew he had a gun in the dresser drawer. He took the gun and shot him while he was asleep. 14 years old, and he talks about this boy being small in stature. He didn't weigh 150 pounds. So he probably would not have been tried as an adult, except for the fact that the mama's boyfriend was a deputy sheriff. So the prosecutor, yes, the prosecutor knows he's an adult. He's a murderer. That's all he is. They tried him as an adult before the trial and all of that. The child's grandmother called Bryan Stevenson. And
how she found out about him?
Apparently, just from knowing all of about him. And he came to visit the boy. He had been locked up in jail, the grown-up adult jail for 3 days.
Fucking with him.
He said that boy would not talk. He would not speak. He's having a counsel session with him at the jail. He said, "Hey, listen, you got to talk to me. I'm here to help you." But he said he would not speak.
The 14-year-old boy went from playing Rock'em Sock'em Robots, to fucking now you institutionalized with fucking real murderers and shit.
Real, people.
Could you imagine this? Look at the wish,
He said
the wish, the brain. God damn, I can't even imagine that.
And he had never been in trouble before. So he said at some point he just leaned on him. "Hey, you got to talk to me." And the boy bust out crying, just uncontrollable weeping.
Monique Hill, what up?
And he said he wasn't upset about his mother because his mother was not dead. She was just unconscious. He wasn't talking about the situation that happened. He was talking about what happened in jail. The first night he was there, he was brutalized, beat the fuck up. The second night, he said some people had raped him. The third night, so many people raped him, he couldn't even count. And so he just would not let Bryan leave. He said he was holding, please don't leave me, please don't leave me. And he said, I'm going to get you out of here. I have to go, but I'm going to get you out of here. And they did. And eventually the situation worked itself out to where he was, just tried as a juvenile and that kind of thing. Because of the extenuating circumstances, that boy is not a murderer. Yeah. Do you see? And I absolutely agree.
Because there's so many instances where a situation happens.
Yes, it's always a situation.
A nigga breaking your house. Boom. Shoot the motherfucker. Kill him. That's have to go to jail. Yeah, that's a circumstance, yo. Well, it ain't like I initially went out to kill this nigga.
To kill. Yeah. And the point that he makes about do you deserve to die for what you've done? The flip of that is, do we deserve to kill? Because again, we are all human beings. Because you sit on a bench as a judge, can you consciously sentence me with a jury, finding me guilty, sentencing me to death? Because the judge gives the sentence. Can you do that? How?
Who gives you the authority to do that?
You don't give life. How can you then justify taking it away? How can we as a culture, as a community, decide that we're going to execute people for what they've done?
And can you imagine, like in the medieval times where niggas used to get stoned to death?
Yeah, that's
inhumane. Fucking.
That's inhumane.
And guess who that came from? Guess what culture that came from? Though
we know.
The stone a nigga, yo. You gonna just throw rocks at a nigga till he die. Yeah. That is correct. Then you guillotine him.
Goddamn.
You know what I'm saying? Goddamn. And then guillotining niggas' heads off, yo.
Oh yeah, in a public square. They used to do that. Well, they used
to. And then you got sick-minded motherfuckers that would have sit around and watch that shit.
Yeah, well, there were people who came to lynchings, who came to watch someone's life leave their body as they hang there. See, that's why people get so emotional, because I'm actually hollering right now. That is just unthinkable to me. Yeah. Why would you want to see that? Why would you want to be in the presence of death?
You be a goddamn savage, your damn self.
Yeah, well,
mental disorders all over the place.
Oh my God! But then you want to call yourself good and just and Christian.
Yeah, that conscience kicks in.
You know what? This reminds me of something I've heard before. How there was a book that was published about George Washington and his happy slaves. It was called George Washington's Birthday. And in the book, it was a children's book that was depicting how happy George Washington's slaves were on his birthday. Okay.
Hey, man, that Willie Lynch shit is real,
Oh, my God.
Willie Lynch shit is real.
Yeah. Bryan Stevenson has a foundation that he has started in Alabama where you can actually go and visit. This foundation depicts markers for every county where there was a lynching. And he is advocating for a marker to actually be put in the county at the spot of every lynching. And I think this place has over 500 markers, and we're going to get into it. Shit. Oh, yeah, sorry.
We have been practicing silence about our history for a very long time. In this country, we don't talk about slavery, we don't talk about lynching, we don't talk about segregation. We have a hard time talking about race and it has burdened us. We don't think it's odd that we don't talk about this history. We actually think it's odd when somebody tries to talk about it. If we react to the effort of trying to talk about it as if that's the threat, not our continued silence. We're doing a lot of damage to each succeeding generation. It's the 21st century, and there's still a presumption of dangerousness and guilt that gets assigned to Black and brown people in this country. We haven't created spaces in America that deal honestly with the legacy of slavery. You know, my view is that the great evil of American slavery wasn't involuntary servitude and forced labor. It was the narrative of racial difference that we created to justify it. We said Black people are different than white people. They can't do this, they can't do that. The Supreme Court said they're 3/5 human. And this ideology of white supremacy, that narrative of racial difference, that was the true evil. So for me, slavery doesn't end in 1865, it just evolves. It turns into decades where we have terrorism and lynching, and our courts and our systems of government tolerated Black people being pulled out of their homes and hung from trees, sometimes on the courthouse lawn. The legal system, the rule of law was complicit. The Black people in Boston, the Black people in Cleveland and Chicago and Detroit and Los Angeles and Oakland didn't go to those communities as immigrants looking for new economic opportunities. They went there as refugees and exiles from terror in the American South. And then we lived through this period of civil rights struggle that had some success, but it didn't ultimately confront that narrative of racial difference. And so now we have a system of criminal justice administration that is very racialized, where we tolerate bias and inequality. We started out as an organization trying to provide legal services to people on death row. We had a large number of so many people on death row can't find the legal help they need, and so we started this project in Alabama because there was a desperate need for that. And our work has now led me back to thinking about race. What we want to do is to create spaces that expose people to the history of slavery and lynching and segregation, so that at the end of it, you are motivated to say, never again. And then we're going to ask people, what does that mean? Does it mean that we should be tolerating some of the things that we tolerate? Does it mean we should be reacting differently when there's evidence of police misconduct or violence directed at some unarmed person of color? Does it mean we should react differently if a politician starts talking about demonizing a particular group of people because of their ethnicity or their religion? If we can do that, then the legal work we're trying to do, the reform work we're trying to do, just becomes a lot more cheap. I insist that we stay hopeful, because I don't think we can do anything we need to do without that. And we have to get comfortable doing the uncomfortable, because as much as we'd like to believe it's not true, justice never comes when you only do what's comfortable and convenient. Change never comes, oppression never ends, equality never prevails. You have to be willing to raise the issues, to challenge the systems that don't educate people about the history honestly. We can't recover from this history that burdens us until we deal with it. It's a legal struggle, it's a narrative struggle, it's a hope struggle, Because the other thing that has to happen in a society like ours is you actually have to believe things you haven't seen. That's a necessary condition. In fact, I actually believe that hopelessness is the enemy of justice. Because injustice prevails where hopelessness persists. And you're either hopeful or you're the problem. There's really no middle ground. For me, that's what the law has to facilitate. The ability to get beyond where we've been to someplace better.
Oops, I started over. Okay.
Yo, shout out to Mr. Bryan Stevenson.
Okay, I really
I
just
definitely want to take a trip to that museum.
I do too, and it
Montgomery, Alabama.
It puts me in the mind of some of Marlon Mack designs.
Shout
Don't
out
y'all
to
think Marlon Mack probably
Mack
had something to do with that?
Hope all is well with you, King.
Yes.
If you watching.
But isn't that amazing? And I was wrong. It's over 800 markers at that memorial site for everyone that is known to have been lynched.
But you know what though? Even seeing some of those statues and shit, that shit kind of fuck with me, yo.
Yes,
seeing that shit.
Yes,
though.
you cannot
You know what I'm saying?
get past. How is it that
I can't imagine being in that time or place, and that's me right there, yo.
How could you not have some kind of emotional reaction? I'm just thinking about people at that time. How could you watch this?
Crazy, yo.
I see y'all trying to get niggas in their feelings this weekend.
Yo, Craig Beats, man.
Great.
Yo, we got real content over here.
Yeah,
man.
bro.
That's what E&J is about, man. This is a relative hot topic channel, man.
Well, I think this
and we trying to show positivity over here, man.
Super relevant.
Yes.
This one man has made a difference. And I definitely want to focus on this positivity that this man is bringing forth.
Right.
These things need to be discussed.
This shit is important right here, man.
It completely, absolutely is. This means everything. It really does. If more people, because he just said, I don't want to talk to people who are already there in their mindset. They already got it. I want to talk to people who I can change their minds. And that's what he's doing.
That's right.
This is incredible to me. That there are people, he has a story of when he would go to counsel someone on death row, and he pulled in the parking lot and he saw this truck. You've seen them. Well, we've seen them with the Confederate flags, all these bumper stickers all over about fuck you in this country and all of that. Well, he went in and the police officer told him, who you here for? And he said, I'm Bryan Stevenson, with that eloquent voice, and told them I'm here as counsel for da-da-da. And he says, well, I don't have you down here. I don't know. He says, well, check with, I talked to whoever. And he says, well, we're going to have to strip search you. First, he made him go and get his bar card. I guess lawyers carry some kind of a card. He went out to the car, brought it back, and showed him. And he said, well, I don't know you. We're going to have to strip search you. He took him in the bathroom and strip searched him. That's actually in the movie when that happened. Well, he says, okay, he submitted to all of that shit, stripped down to nothing. And then he went on back there and dealt with his client and all of that. Well, then they went to court, and this was a child that he was defending. He went in and he talked to the judge, and they had the court case, and the boy had to go back to jail, but they were reducing the charges and things was working out. The next time he had to come back to that same jail, he saw that truck in the parking lot. He was like, Lord, do I even want to go in here and have to deal with this nigga? So he's like, I got to do my job. So he went and he just was like, all right, well, here's my car. And he was like, hi, Mr. Stevenson, how you doing?
Hey, that's all.
Sir, I want you to know that truck out there, that's mine, and I'm going to get rid of it. I saw what you did in that court, and I want to apologize.
Wow.
And that officer did a whole 180 because he was so impressed at what he did for this young man, and I believe the boy was white.
Hey, you know, some people got a heart though, deep down.
Yes,
you
but
know
see,
what I'm
this
saying?
is the thing.
But there's
for
so
me.
many prejudice shit on top
Because
you don't know a nigga, man.
And
you got to get to know a nigga, man.
You've gone through.
You got to get to know a person, man.
And that's what he talks about with proximity. That thing where he says, I don't know if he spoke on it in this, but there are other interviews where he says, we have become distant. You don't go to the bad parts of town. You're told, stay out of there. You don't want that type of trouble. Mm-hmm. But that's where he has to go. He goes to talk to people in impoverished areas. You become proximate, meaning you are right here, downtown. You in the hood. A lot of times, yes, it's dangerous. You don't want to be around there with all of that. But if you are going to understand what these people are going through, and because he's in the profession he is to help these people, he has to be proximate. Yeah. And if they talk about it in the movie, I have to have a relationship with these people on death row. So when they go to the electric chair, I'm tore up. He said that's the most horrendous experience he's ever had. And I don't know you for real. I just met you today. I've been here for a couple of weeks, and now I'm gonna watch you get executed.
But the fact that you're a human being,
that's the point.
That's why I can relate to this shit.
This is the point. That's why it's so hard for me to understand how you could justify watching a man get lynched. Have you? I think it was Renee A said they bring their children to this like it's a parade. How?
And then you wonder, you know, it's like a trickle down effect. It's like they passing down this ideology from generation to generation.
Yes. My grandmother was a domestic. She was these people's maid her whole life until she was dead. She worked for the Smiths here in our town, and they were white and they were rich. And the way they treated my grandmother, I couldn't. They were so nice. And, you know, being where we lived, it was all, you know, black neighborhood. Across the bridge was the richest neighborhood in the city. And that's where my grandmother worked. And some days they would go to their house out in Virginia Beach where they would vacation. So she would just have us there. And sometimes the kids would be there. We would play with them and everything. And they were just good people. They treated her like gold. They did. They paid for her funeral. They did everything for my grandma. They got her house where she lived and until she died. And I mean, they were just the nicest people that I knew of. There are people who have a conscience. There are. You're not going to tell me every white person is that racist bigot. Nah. They're not. People are people, and there are some good ones and there's some bad ones. Right. So to separate human beings, in my opinion, is just unthinkable. I don't understand Umar Johnson. That's why I can't get with him. Plus all the scamming and all that, you know. But his rhetoric and what I really truly think he believes.
Speaking of Umar Johnson, Mr. Troll account Umar Beard said, "This is great, but when y'all go start doing content on me again?"
Okay, when you start doing something else, you know, you kind of stagnant now, bro.
No,
we know ain't no school. We know ain't no age back.
Shout out to Umar's beard right here.
When you clear up that ringworm, we'll probably talk about you.
Y'all niggas is funny out there, y'all. Hey man, thank y'all for y'all viewership over here, man. Thank y'all so much.
I just am so happy to finally get to do this podcast on Bryan Stevenson because I find him to be amazing. It is so refreshing just to hear the intellect that he speaks with. You can actually tell.
But you know what, though?
That this man is educated.
I'm surprised that he is so mild-mannered the way he is. All the opposition he has come up against.
He has been through it.
Yes, yo. I can't believe how his demeanor is so, he's not emotional.
No, he's not.
Very mild-spoken.
Matter of fact.
Just somebody who you want to meet and be around, yo. And pick his brain, yo.
Yes, I would love to talk to him. I would love just to talk to him about, he has a story about his grandmother that he talks about and how she is the one who taught him humility. to stay humble and to realize that people are people, even with all of the prejudice he has dealt with.
I agree with this, Craig. Guarantee someone alive now saw a lynching as a small child.
Yeah,
I would not doubt that,
I believe it, no doubt.
Yeah, I would not doubt that shit.
That is true. I'm certain. Yeah, that there are people who remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I'm just so glad to be able to bring this to y'all and to just share my perspective on Bryan Stevenson and the actual greatness of this person. That's because right. I am impressed beyond impressed. This man actually has made a difference. And
he's also a real lawyer.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen Pharaoh's, Young Pharaoh. One of his videos, he said that
he's a great attorney.
Yeah, a female,
Jocelyn
said he's a great attorney.
I can't even speak on that.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, this is just ridiculous.
So
it's just ridiculous.
So
to have so much fake foolery, on the internet.
It's good to see this type shit right here, yo.
It's a breath of fresh air to see somebody who is genuine and who has this mindset that I admire so much. He is a human being. That's it. He is showing his humility in aligning himself with those who are considered the lowest. These people are the what you would call, and this is something else he talks about. When you receive this label, criminal, you are no longer human. You lose your rights.
That's right. You're a second class
citizen. Yes, criminal. And that's because of some incident that has happened. Now, there are crazy people, no doubt. There are people who plotting and they live this life and they just out there acting wild.
There's some cases out there that was circumstantial.
There are some cases that, like he said, 9 out of every 9 people
of them is innocent.
On death row, 1 is innocent. Mm-hmm. And then he equates it to this scenario. If every 1 out of 9 planes crashed, would you fly? That's unacceptable. Exactly. You cannot have that high of a statistic scenario. Well, okay, out of these 9 people right here, 1 of y'all didn't do it, and you still kill him. This is you cannot run a society like that. It's unconscionable. So, with all that being said, kudos to Bryan Stevenson and everybody like him, because he got a team. As a crew of people.
And on top of that, E&J Nation, we know some good white people out here. And y'all see them right here.
Yeah, we do. We love John and Kim.
And Kim.
I love Eric and Dee across the street.
Hey, man, we hope all is well with y'all. Yes. Happy holidays to y'all if we don't hear from y'all.
Yes, indeed. But hey, there are definitely good black people too. There are good people on this planet.
Shout out to Chubb Rock, great person.
Oh my God.
A great person, educated man.
Yes, he is. And he had a hell of a party.
He was jamming up in that joint, y'all.
But yes, kudos to Bryan Stevenson. If you get a chance, watch his videos. He's all over YouTube.
And go check that movie, Just
Mercy. Oh my God.
I need to watch this shit tonight.
I'm going to get the book. I would love to read it.
Michael B. Jordan is playing him.
Oh my God. That movie is a tear jerk. I just bust out crying a whole bunch of times because it's horrific.
E&J Nation.
It just is.
To love myself. Thank you so much for the super sticker.
Oh, we appreciate you, honey. Thank you.
Oh shit! Look at this dude right here. Here we go.
After being in the same room with Jay's feet, I need. Okay.
Rolling, hated ass kings.
Shut up! 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 Shut your ass up! Shut up, Frisco! Shut up! Shut up! Wish I could see you in my face. Shut up!
You see, E&J Nation, here we are.
Wish I could see you
shouting out Mr. Attorney Bryan Stevenson, and we get this, yo. A moderator hates What is it with the black community, yo? Why we can't get it together, yo? Why we can't come together, yo? Why
Oh my God.
thinking minds can't come together, yo? Damn.
Oh.
King.
Out! And you just got here.
This podcast, I just really wanted to highlight this person, especially because he is from the South and he has made a difference. That's just tremendous to me.
To love myself, we love you.
Thank you, honey. We
Appreciate
sure
you.
do. All
Look
right,
at
y'all.
Beach. Ron King said Jay's go bond working overtime today.
Go.
Craig Beach.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Hey, yo, I can tell niggas who don't take showers out here, yo. Niggas don't, yo, y'all niggas need to stop taking bird baths and jump in that shower and get moisturized, y'all. Damn. That's, yo.
Oh,
Y'all
my
niggas
God.
start washing your ass out there. Niggas so worried about how moisturized I am because I washed my ass.
Oh my
That's
God.
why.
You know.
Hey, man, I
Really?
appreciate the love, man. I appreciate these laughs, man. Hey, we
Yes,
hope y'all
indeed.
enjoyed
Yes.
this content today,
Thank
man.
y'all for coming through.
Thank
Oh,
y'all
my
for
goodness.
joining us.
Yes,
Yo, if you was a troll in here, man, thank you for your
Thank you for
viewership,
your
man.
viewership.
Thank you so much. And if y'all enjoy the Jay Shimmer shout-outs, the dad jokes
Yes.
in the world of foolery, my boy, Mr. Suge Knight, got something to say.
Any artists out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, and don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
Hey, y'all, if y'all ain't with all that fuckery out
Come
there,
to E&J.
come to Let's Get Into It with E&J, okay?
Come to E&J. If you don't want the executive producer all in the video. Oh my God. All right, y'all.
Man, shout out to Mr. Bryan Stevenson
Yes.
once
Oh,
again,
my
man. Go
God.
watch the movie Just Mercy.
Just Mercy.
Once again, E&J Nation will be
Mhm.
back next Sunday,
Yes.
2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with some
Yes.
more great content, man.
Yes,
We
indeed.
love y'all. We appreciate y'all tuning
Yes.
in. On your way out, please like, subscribe, comment, share if you are new to the channel.
Yes.
Cash App, PayPal, coming across your screen. Once again, thank you to Finnerbus and to Love Myself 100 for your
Yes,
super
super
chats
chat.
this
Yeah, thank you.
evening. We highly appreciate y'all, man.
Yes, indeed. And with that being said, you have been watching Let's Get Into It with E&J. Bye.
Stop
Wow.
playing with us, y'all. Hey, y'all, we'll see y'all next Sunday,
Yes,
2 p.m.
indeed.
Eastern Standard Time with some more great content. Until then, please take care of yourself
Yes.
and each other.
Yes, get well. Come 50.
Comment 50 show. Please get well.
Yes.
All right.
indeed.
And anybody else who going through something,
Yes.
who love E&J, yo,
Get well,
much
too.
love
Yes.
from E&J to you.
Yes. Indeed.
All right.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Peace.